Hi everyone, welcome to my channel once again. This is the part 4 of the leveling up vlog, or rather video. So I brought a guest in today, and this is Kizito. I'll let him introduce himself. So Kizito, tell us.
Okay, Kizito Obidenu,
Mm-hmm.
graduate student at Nibana University, Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm happy to be with you here, studying renewable energies.
Oh shit.
Voila. Yeah, so that's pretty much.
Yeah, so this is going to be like a chilled vlog because we are having this particular conversation yesterday night. And I'm like, I think we should actually film about this. So, guess what? We'll be talking about three aspects. And the first to be about self identity, and the second aspect to be about self awareness and self actualization. So, if this is what you're looking out for, please stay tuned. I used to be a student at the University of Dundee, or else I'm still a student at the University of Dundee, and I'm studying international business and HR. But the purpose of making this video actually is to continue with my series that I started about leveling up. And this is like the fourth series. So anyway, so head on straight. So I came to visit my friend and my friend's brother. We're actually having a conversation about leveling up, and we were actually discussing, and there was so much depth in our discussion yesterday, and I felt like it's very important that I share it also on my channel. That's why I brought him here today to talk about it. So all right, welcome back. So actually today's topic is about connecting the dots. I like to say, like, what do you think connecting the dots in relating it to leveling up? What do you think it means?
Okay. With respect to leveling up, yeah, connecting the dots. It's more like bringing different pieces together to make up a compact sum. So in connecting the dots in terms of leveling up, it's like finding different skill sets, different talents that can actually make up a system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now that
now,
is very broad. Break it down
okay.
to a human, like a young person, like a youth that's trying to level up.
Okay.
What would you
So
say that connecting the
okay.
dots
So for you
means?
to be able to connect the dots, you have to break it down. So the first thing is self-identity, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So self-identity now, the it's a process of discovering the actual role you can play in the system or everyday life. So I'll give
Perfect.
for instance. So now some people are doing some things because their parents told them to do this, or they are taking some courses,
Yeah.
or doing because their parents maybe
Advise them.
advise them on that,
Mm-hmm.
and actually that might not be the right thing for them, and it might take them a long time to realize, even if they are actually opportune to realize that that's not their path and discover themselves quite quickly. Yeah, so they will be
Mm-hmm.
able to. That's when they will be able to like make a U-turn and do what actually suits their personality. So self-discovery is the first phase of connecting the dots. You know what you can do. You know the role you can play in the society
In the
at large.
society.
Yeah, then
Yeah. I also
then you
agree
can move.
because I think personally, identity is just the realization of oneself. So
Yeah,
just like you said, in the aspect of you realize yourself and you know the role you're supposed to play in society,
yeah,
rather than just a parent can actually guide the child to study a particular course, but not on the basis of what they think would be good for them, or no, not on the basis of imprinting in them what they feel they should have done as a child. Do you
exactly.
get? So it should be on the basis of what you've seen this child grow to like, what you've seen this child do very like exceptionally well at, and then the child grows into being a youth, and then they realize themselves, they know
Yeah,
their identity, they know what they represent.
yeah. It all boils down to parents children relationship, because when you have a good relationship with your parents, you can actually communicate what you want to what you aspire for and all. And if they
Mm-hmm.
see fit, and you both of you find a common ground at an early stage, first of all, that mistake of going into the school to study what you don't plan for, you would avert that. Then secondly, now we're coming to self-discovery as a matured person now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so self-discovery, it doesn't mean, the social pressure in this current age is much. So it doesn't mean because there's a pressure on social media and everything, tech, you must go and start hitting your heads on the code. No. Now for the whole
I
tech
agree.
system, yeah. So for the whole tech system to come to reality and all, you see that there are different roles. There are project managers, there are back end guys, there are
Yeah.
testers, there are
Front
documenters.
end, back
So you
end.
must not actually be the one coding at the back. So you check
Yeah.
what you can. There are people that
Even
have
customer service, product managers. There was
exactly.
one time that I went for, I think, I went for a test at Tech Experts, and it was more of like managing the product customer service side, and
Yeah.
it was still tech.
It was still tech, but
Yeah,
the social media narrative will cling you that if you're not doing it, if you're not learning a particular language, or if you're yeah,
Python.
exactly, so if you're not coding, yeah,
Yeah.
that you're not like personally. I worked with Flutterwave and all. I was back
Mhm.
end, so I still tell people that you don't need to like be the coding type. You understand that you
Yeah.
can just actually find the place you're good in anything, not just tech wise, generally in life. You get find what you. There are some people that are not good at uh, maybe having any identity, unique skill, particularly. But yes, when they speak, when they write, you see that they have this leadership skill. There are some people you see that they might not have a unique skill, but they know how to control the pack. You understand? So
Mm.
like leadership too is a skill, writing is a skill. So I think
Mhm.
it's high time people just find out what they do best or what works best for them. And yeah, uh yes, you would get a job. Yeah, things life is difficult, so you get a job to make money. Then your passion now is that self-discovery actually.
I
So yeah, so you
agree.
can keep building yourself towards that because in the end you would achieve more with that than what you're doing at work.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if that's what you're looking out for, this is just the first part. So stay on to the next part where we'll talk about self-awareness. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, welcome back. You made it back to this video we're making.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going on straight to self-awareness. So what do you think? Self-awareness in this context, especially for us as young people.
Self-awareness,
Mm-hmm,
self-awareness. Okay. So yeah, you must have discovered yourself.
mm-hmm,
When you must have discovered yourself and found that thing like you feel okay, this is where I want to have a drive at.
mm-hmm.
Everly now in recent times is with respect to people have monetized their discovery already. So let's say people are actually moving on the right track towards
Mm-hmm.
discovery. Okay, so self-awareness now is more like making conscious effort to tick the boxes. You know, like you want to be let me say a tech guy now or something.
Hey,
You see that
tech, because
okay, okay,
no,
okay.
no, sure, you can
Let's
use
say
tech. I'm
no,
just
I don't want to
saying.
use tech now. Okay, so let's say now you want to be a reservoir engineer now. So you see that you have to learn
It's
controls.
still.
You have to tick the box of controller automation. Okay, let's say you want to be a musician then. All right. So self awareness is just each phase or each career you want to pursue or dream you
Mm-hmm,
want to pursue.
mm-hmm.
They are actually building blocks to actually achieving the dream.
Yeah.
So the self awareness is more like ticking the boxes actually. Yeah. So you must.
Yeah.
So
I would say being self aware is that you have developed your strength, you have also developed your weakness, but you've been able to weigh and make a decision to stick to that which you are good at.
yeah, because self identity, your self discovery means you have discovered yourself. You already know your
Mm-hmm.
strengths and
But
weaknesses.
discovering it also needs to be developed. It's just like saying you can play soccer, but you don't train,
Yeah.
you don't eat well, you don't eat right, you don't actually
Yeah.
position yourself out there for people to see you, for people to spot you, for clubs to notice you. And it's just knowing that I'm good at this and I should put
Yeah.
myself out there. So as a young person, if you're seeing this video, please put yourself out there. Okay, what do you have to
Okay.
say?
So yeah, I think you've said pretty much everything. So the self awareness, it's more like making the conscious efforts to get out there. You get so
Mm-hmm,
be the best you can be, tick the
mm-hmm.
boxes to actualize your dream. So yeah, I think
Just
that's it.
like Hilda Bassi, she her mom cooks, and then too, I think her mom perhaps made her enjoy cooking, and then she started to cook.
Yeah.
And guess what? She knew that she was good at cooking, and see what she did with the Guinness World Guinness Book Record. Like she put herself out there. Herself and her team did an amazing job. So whatever it is, just start from where you are at. Once you have recognized what you're good at, just keep working on your craft. It will pay off.
Brief, a quick disclaimer: she's not saying you should be a chef, actually.
I'm serious, so like I'm very, very serious. Anyway, just stay up to the next point about self-actualization. You made it onto the last aspect of our talk today about self-actualization. So I think perhaps you could start first and say what you think about self-actualization.
Hmm. Self-actualization.
The
Okay.
point particularly because I think we've moved from parenting, upbringing, we've moved from self-awareness as a youthful person, and then next we're going to talk about self-actualization. So do you think someone can be actualized or have achieved all of their goals and their aims at a very young age, or it has to be like maybe as an elder adult or older adult, like maybe
Hmm.
40, 50, 60 upwards?
Okay. So I think this boils down to vision, because everyone has different vision.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some people now that they are
Some
not.
people don't have a vision.
Okay, so in this journey,
Yeah.
for we to have gone to self actualization, so when
Yeah.
you've discovered yourself, now you can now make your projection of what you feel. Okay, by this time frame, you should have achieved or where you should be. So by that time frame, at least, plus or minus, it will now be a time of self evaluation. So you see how
Yeah.
far you have
Yeah.
come, how much
Yeah.
you've made, and the next direction for you. Now you've gotten to that point. You get, like, let me say, okay, you say I'm always using the engineering terms.
Oh no, but
Okay,
sure, go
so
ahead. Go ahead.
there are some agencies or companies now that you see that, okay,
Mm-hmm.
when some engineers have gotten to certain levels,
Mm-hmm.
they just become consultants, and you
Yeah.
see that they've actually actualized what they want. So now they
Mm-hmm.
just act as they act as consulting supervisors to
Mm-hmm.
this and that, to the upcoming engineers and all, and they are being paid effortlessly. So now you would not, for that consultant now, if you need
Mm-hmm.
his service, you're not paying him for that service. You also be paying him for his years of experience down the road.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's a very actualization. It's a very big term,
At
and
what age? For example, give a time frame,
hmm,
like 40 to 50, 50 to 60, or at what particular age? What do you think?
mm, the road to actualization varies with respect to your set goals. So I can't give an age for that yet.
Or do you
So
think that entrepreneurship shortens or actually makes you get to self actualization quickly?
okay, so now if it's not with respect to career and it's with respect to entrepreneurship,
Mm-hmm.
there is no actualization in entrepreneurship. It's a journey to your
Mm.
death. So if you're an
Mm.
entrepreneur, just know that it's for better for worse. Till your death do you and your business apart.
So you can self-actualize at any time, or it's just that once you make that particular amount you want to make, billy billy, or what do you
Okay, no,
think?
okay. Just entrepreneurship is just like, let me say, a chat. You can be going up the chart or down the chart,
Mm-hmm.
but you see that you have that market presence at a certain time. Let me say you can keep placing adverts and all in when with respect to entrepreneurship, and
Mm-hmm.
you feel, oh, things are not moving, but you get to a certain unit or a trend that can just come up, will blow up your business, and
Yeah.
you start making it from there. So that means you're making profits, but to the entrepreneur, he might not actually have actualized, because in entrepreneurship, there's always a roadmap for every business. So
Mm.
I feel at that point, actualization might be when you have gotten to the end of your roadmap. Then more partnerships can still extend your
Can still
journey.
extend your
Roadmaps never end.
journey.
Bridges can be
I
made.
totally agree. I think perhaps looking at it from the Maslow's hierarchy theory, so he opines that firstly, life is in stages. So, for example, you start from your physiological stage, the need for water, the need for food,
Yeah.
the need for housing, and then you go into safety, love and belonging, esteem needs, and self-actualization. So, in his perspective, he was saying that for you to be self-actualizing, you're at a phase whereby you are at the top of your game, and then you even begin to make investments in other aspects of life. You begin to focus on areas that perhaps through your career journey or through your entrepreneurship journey you weren't focusing on. So for example, if we look at the likes of Bill Gates, you'll see that at this point he's just investing in charities. So you will see that he has made enough for himself. Perhaps
Yeah.
let me just use Bill Gates because people see him as a very controversial figure. So I'm going to, for example, use which example would be best to describe someone that is actually self-actualized. Okay, I'm going to say, for example, Obama. At this point, he has done so much as the president, and then he's investing in other aspects of his life. So at this point of being self-actualized, you have done so much for yourself. You're beginning to accept facts. You are more problem solving. You
Yeah.
know, you begin to act differently. So, what my question still remains, like, should there be a time frame? Okay, you guys should help me in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think someone can be self actualized like at a younger age, or maybe at 30, at 50, or what particular age? Just let us know in the comment section. Anyway, please stay tuned for the
Yeah.
sorry, please stay tuned for the concluding parts of this chat.
Yeah, and that will be the barriers to self-actualization there.
Celebration, right? So that'll be
Yeah.
like the other part. So please stay tuned. We'll put that in the next video. Thank you. Please like, please share, and subscribe.